The carnivore diet. It's radical. Is it right for you? Let's talk about it. So, in its purest form, the carnivore diet has four ingredients: beef, butter, eggs, and bacon, which sounds wonderful, right? I know that, very strict carnivores will have, for snacks, uh, they'll bite on some butter. Um, the strict carnivore diet likes to have a 1-to-1 protein fat ratio, and they do prefer the animals with three stomachs. Here's the fundamental arguments for a carnivore diet, and it is the intention is to detoxify, um, and it's a weight loss diet as well. So the basic arguments for it are that plants are designed to kill us, to poison us. They're toxic. And there's, I mean, we can think about there are plants that are poisonous to eat. There are also plants that we use in medicine. So plants are, I mean, I don't know how to say if this is a correct word. Again, I'm not a doctor. I'm not telling anyone what to do. Plants are toxically active. Whether that's a real phrase or not, or something I just made up, I don't know. But um, there's some merit to that argument. And also that animals with the multiple stomachs, so cows have evolved better than us to absorb nutrients from plants. Therefore, we should eat the cows rather than eating the plants, eating from the ground. So a basic carnivore diet, as I said, has four ingredients. Now they don't mind poultry. Fish is fine, poultry is fine, all meats are fine, but it's preferable. There is a preference toward beef and bacon in terms of meat. You can throw eggs in as well. You eat till you are comfortably stuffed, so there's no restricting calories or anything like that. So this is a pretty extreme, high fat, high protein, low carb diet. Um, Dairy isn't. If you have to eat dairy, they sort of propose full fat yogurt, um, Greek. Everything has to be full fat, right? Full fat milk if you have to have milk. Cheese if you have to have cheese. It should be unpasteurized, as should the milk be. Absolutely no fruits, um, and of course, no vegetables. Now, the main criticism that I've seen of the carnivore diet, or the skeptical view, is that it's not the diet itself that helps people lose weight. Uh, it's the fact that meat is so satiating, right? When you eat meat, you just feel very full. That what ends up happening is people just simply eat less food, and then they lose weight because they're actually just eating less food. In that way, it becomes a calorie restricted diet without that feeling of hunger, that horrible feeling of hunger. So, yeah. Um, so I went on it. I went on a modified and supplemented carnivore diet. I think it's important for people to understand the things that you don't get. You don't get calcium. We don't get, or don't get enough of. So you need calcium, you need vitamin C, you need fiber, you need your electrolytes. So magnesium, potassium, um, sodium. Those are the main things I'm thinking that you lose out on. Um, and you are going to have, and this is my experience, and it's been a lot of people's experience, bathroom scenarios are going to be interesting. So you're going to go from, you can go from, constipation to chronic diarrhea as your gut gets used to this new diet. A lot of people report great results in terms of not only weight loss, but also, general health feelings, and that their skin is better and all that kind of stuff. I don't think it's for everybody. For me, it's been an interesting experience, and I'm going to continue. I don't see any reason to stop it. But just to be aware, and I've there's a well-known heart surgeon that I don't know his name, but I know he's written a book, and the book's called "Stay the Hell Off My Operating Table" or something. Um, and he wants to talk people out of eating processed foods, out of eating sugar. He thinks sugar is the evil. Insulin's the evil, and that's caused by too much sugar. Um, if he had a patient and they presented either a vegan or a vegetarian or a carnivore diet, he'd say all three of those people would be eating better than a normal North American or Western diet, supermarket based diet. 70% of foods in supermarket have added sugar. There's 36 different names for sugar. So even if you don't add sucrose, if you don't add sucrose, you can say no added sugar. Sucrose being sugar, right? One part glucose, one part fructose. And glucose is necessary for life, but it's so necessary we create it ourselves if we don't get it in our diet. Fructose is the bad thing. Right? We just shouldn't be consuming any of that. So that's what sugar is: half of glucose, half fructose. If you don't put that in food, you can legally say no added sugar, even though there's 35 other different ways to get sugar into food. The chemicals, and they're listed in fine print in the ingredients on the back. So this heart surgeon argues that out of the vegan, vegetarian, or carnivore diets, he preferred that his patients went on carnivore. He argues that the vegan diet anyway needs to be supplemented because there's just too much that you miss, too many nutrients that you don't get. And yeah, overall, he'd say a carnivore diet is going to be the better option of the three. But of those three, you are eating better than the average supermarket diet, the average Western diet. Um, in my experience, I've lost weight. I broke my plateau. I don't know anything about whether my skin feels better or not. I have lost. It looks like I'm back on the weight losing trajectory. Bathroom is interesting. Um, I find it a very easy diet to deal with. Um, just fry up a steak and some eggs, and that's it, right? Um, I know that there are people who eat one meal a day, carnivore, because you eat till you're comfortably stuffed. And often when it comes to meat, you could just I can I don't know that I've been on I've had a one meal a day, but I don't sit down to meals more than twice, I think. But bear in mind, I am adding to it. I add protein shake that gives me my fiber, and there's a little bit of carbs in protein shake, right? Um, and if I get peckish or whatever, I'll just like eat a cucumber or a stick of celery or something. I like celery. I like cucumber. So if someone walks into the house with kale and garlic, I'll eat it. I'm not. I'll eat tomato. I'm not running screaming away from vegetables. So I'm not a pure carnivore diet guy. But largely, I don't. What I do is I basically replace rice, pasta, uh, potatoes, processed foods, bread, um, and sugar, which didn't eat anyway. I replace all those with meat, and basically, I'm eliminating carbohydrates and sugars from my diet and having meat. I have milk. I get calcium from my milk and my coffee, and The rest of the electrolytes and stuff that I still need, I take supplements of. And I'll do an episode on supplements. I got a wild array of supplements, both for weight loss, for antioxidants, and to help me with this carnivore diet. I have found that bile acids and ox bile has helped with digestion, which is what they're for. That's been, I think, very helpful you know, on some of the more difficult aspects of a carnivore diet, which are related to the bathroom. But the carnivore diet, do your research, see if it may be good for you. A lot of people, swear by it. Don't listen to normal people and influencers or anything. Seek expert advice, right? You want to be don't listen to me. I'm just sharing my experience. And my experience is, I'm not, it's my personal, it's an observation. It's my personal experience that I'm sharing. My opinions are researched, um, but still, I'm not a doctor. I'm not qualified to be giving people advice on all this sort of stuff. What I can say is that the carnivore diet was one of the things I did when I plateaued on my weight loss journey, and I broke through the plateau. I did a bunch of other things because I'm not scientifically trying to identify what worked, if I wanted to really know what actually worked, I would do things one by one and figure out which is the thing that kicked off the breaking of the plateau. But I was just more interested in breaking the plateau, so I threw everything but the kitchen sink at it. And one of those things was to go on a carnivore diet. I'll do it for. I don't see a reason to end it at the moment. Again, my carnivore diet is not pure, right? People who snack on cucumbers, and I'm just talking raw cucumber. Get it out of the fridge, wash it, eat it with the skin. Cucumber's like 96% water anyway, right? What harm can it possibly do? So I'm not a carnivore diet purist. I'm not a purist about anything. Um, but yeah, this has been interesting. I like it. I enjoy it. I don't like calorie restrictive diets, um, because I just don't like them. Um, and I know that not all calories are born equal. So, um, but they are for other things. The other thing about carnivore diet is because you probably eat less frequently, and that kicks in the fasting, the benefits of fasting. So, go over a 24-hour period, the long, going for longer periods of time without eating. I am also not into fasting. Just one of the I hear very good things about it. I'm not interested in trying it at least at this point. I'd have to get pretty desperate to try that because I don't like the idea of it. But inadvertently, I probably am engaging in that because of the heavy meat diet that I'm eating. And I'm learning how to cook steaks, right? So, you know, um, that's a good thing. So I'm going to hit supplements and other topics later and how I'm going. The other things I did to mix up to break through the plateau. Hope you're enjoying all this. Subscribe and follow me for updates. I'll keep talking through it. I'm still obese one, slowly getting closer to the overweight category in terms of BMI, and then hopefully I'll get to healthy normal. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.